I cannot believe I just said that. What kind of person with half a brain would ever say that? I am dead. Have you ever wanted to take back your words so badly, but you couldn't because they were just already totally out there? Like maybe a time you said something about someone else and it got back to them that you said that thing about them? Or you just spoke without thinking in front of a coach or something. Or my personal favorite, you finally got your shot to talk to that special girl or guy, and you totally said something awkward. Have you ever been there? I bet if you could think of a time that you just wanted to take your words back, you could come up with one. Well, we are continuing a series today called Foot in Mouth. And here's the lowdown. We're really just exploring a few different ways that we tend to put our foot in our mouth, figuratively, of course. And then we're seeing how God guides us to avoid making those common mistakes. Because the truth is, our words, they really matter. Believe it or not, we can do a lot with our words. And in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 23, it says this: watch your words. But you know what? A lot of us find that that is easier said than done, right? Well, as we get rolling today, I just want you to take 10 seconds and I want you to shout out your answer to this multiple choice question. Go. Okay, everybody, come back. Everybody hear me? For those of you that said oranges, you're the big winner today. Congratulations. Make all those losers buy you a Coke or something after this. Oranges are the most vitamin C packed citrus fruit out there. And they've been a personal favorite of mine ever since I was a kid. They taste really good. They make awesome juice. You can break them into smaller pieces and throw them at people, or you can catch them in your mouth, whatever you want. But if I'm being honest, there's one part of an orange I'm not exactly excited about. It's peeling the orange. I mean, I don't carry a knife or anything to just hack into it. My fingernails are like non-existent, so it's really tough for me to peel an orange. In fact, more than once I've picked up an orange to eat it and then just put it right back down because I don't want to peel it. Am I the only one, or has anyone else done that? Well, one day I decided to try something. You know, I got to thinking, you eat the skin off an apple, you eat the skin off a pear, you eat the skin off a lot of fruits. What if I just ate the skin off my orange too? So that's exactly what I decided to do. I just took a bite. It is horrible. It's such a bad idea. The skin off this orange is both slippery and sticky at the same time. It's so bitter and sour, and it's just horrible. But look, don't take my word for it. You can try it in your groups right now. I need to pull myself together. You guys try it. Eat an orange peel. Hey, let me have your attention one more time. Man, I know a lot of you guys got to try that same thing. Isn't it gross? Seriously, disgusting. Well, for most of us, we learn a valuable lesson. I know a few of you are like, I like eating orange peels. And if that's you, terrific. The rest of us, we know something to be true. You have to peel an orange to get to the good stuff. You have to dig through the bitter outer layer. You gotta see past that surface level. And when you do, it is so much better, right? So we're in this series focused all about our words. And there's this one way that I have put my foot in my mouth probably more often than any other way. And the orange has actually helped me to identify that thing and to make an adjustment in it. You want to know what I'm talking about? It's complaining. Seriously, there have been times in my life when I've just been really, really good at complaining about the weather, a teacher, a girl, a grade, a bad call by an umpire, a friend who wasn't treating me like a friend. I could go on, but you get the point, right? And I bet there's one or two of you out there who've complained about something or someone at some time in the past, maybe even in the last 30 seconds because you think I'm talking too much. Look, I get it. The point I'm trying to make is that we live in a culture that's become really comfortable with complaining. You don't believe me? Just open up any social media or see Amazon, any product review ever, or watch a reality TV show. You'll start to get a picture of just how comfortable we've become with complaining. But there are two really important things that I need you to know about complaining. The first is this: the most common reason that people complain is to make themselves feel better about something. It's almost like we feel like we can take a shortcut to a destination we'd rather be just by complaining about it. Well, maybe that's a little bit like taking a bite of an orange to get to the sweet center, but chomping on the bitter exterior first. It actually results in the exact opposite that you wanted. It kind of produces within us this idea that we're going to be more negative and more complaining is going to come later in the future. You know, I think that's why the Bible says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 14, do everything without complaining. God knows that it doesn't solve anything, and it makes us into a more negative person, which leads me to the second truth about complaining. Complaining makes you look bad to everyone else. Seriously, when we continually complain and complain and complain, people start to see us different. They look at us like we're sour or negative. Think of it like this. Do you remember the first bite of the orange that you took with the orange peel and you're chewing on it? Remember that face that you made? Let me remind you what mine looked like. Nice, right? In a really real way, that's how people see us. They see us differently. The book of James puts it this way in James chapter 5 and verse 9. Do not grumble or complain about each other, or you will be judged. Complaining is much more likely to drive people away from you than it is to win them over. Look, but you get it, right? Nobody wants to be labeled as a complainer. But what are we supposed to do? Well, we could listen to God's wisdom from Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. Watch your words. But how? Well, let's look one more time at a lesson that the orange taught us. You have to get through this bitter outer layer to get to the sweet one. In other words, you have to peel the orange. I know, peeling the orange, it takes more time and effort and discipline. I get it, but man, when you know there's something good underneath, isn't it worth going after it, right? Instead of complaining about this bitter layer on the outside, I could peel the orange a little bit and be grateful for the sweet orange fruit underneath. Instead of complaining about a coach that's not giving me the playing time I think I deserve, I could just peel the orange a little bit, and I could make a list of ways that coach has made me a better player. Instead of getting sucked into the merciless vortex of someone's social media rant, I could just peel the orange a little bit. And I could use my social media only for positive things. Instead of complaining all the time about having to help out around the house, I could just peel the orange a little bit and be grateful that I have a house to help out around. I could probably do 100 more examples just like that, but I think you get the point. There is almost always something better if you're willing to look for it. The one adjustment that I've been trying to make is to look past complaints to see what is better underneath, because it's there if you work for it. So CCV students, let me ask you a question. Is there an area of your life where maybe you've just become comfortable complaining a little bit? I bet there is if you really think about it. What if this week you decided that you would peel the orange in that area of your life, and you'd make the effort to get past this bitter, gross outer layer, and you would look for what is better underneath? Because if you do, if you really do, you will find something. It's always there. And when you do it, the payoff's actually, it's pretty sweet. So this week, CCV students, when it comes to our complaining, let's totally watch our words and peel the orange.